First off, I'd like to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakakwadash. Double honors to those elders and apostles out there from Great Millstone who teach and rule well. A lot of respect to you brothers out there on the highways and byways preaching this truth around the four corners of the earth. And salutations to the hopeful elect that you guys may be sealed soon. And with that, this is your brother Dewaba from the branch of GMS here in Chicago. Coming right back at you with a little lesson. And we're going to hear some more of Eve Madness. And this is at Dr. Lucia the Has Divination. It says 7 women and 1 man to remove reproach. Isaiah 4:1. We're going to see how she just totally tears up the scripture and makes it fit her own narrative. Because you women sit up here and honestly believe that you're capable of doing things by yourself, that you're going to sit up here and save yourself in the days ahead. No, it's not going to happen. But with that, I'm going to sit up here and let her speak and get some scriptures. I'm going to grab that one first, and then I'm going to grab a few other scriptures, but I'm about to sit up here and let Eve speak and grab some scriptures. But before I do that, let me sit up here and say this: the Copyright Act of 1976. I'm not using this for no monetarily or financial gain, just educational purposes.
Well, that's the calling on my life, especially being in the tribe of Judah, So, but yeah, so I'm going to attach that one video where 7 women sought and chose to secure 1 man for their own benefit. These women saw the value in having even just 1 man. See, I'm at the point in my life, I don't care about titles. I ain't got to have a husband because I got sons and grandsons. I have, a nephew. You know what I'm saying? So long as I have masculine energy, as long as I have men at all in my life, because men in my age group range that in the 50s and 60s. I'm 53, but I date men that's
So y'all hit a madness. So I got sons, nephews, grandsons. I just need masculine energy in my life. I chose to sit up here and grab 1 man, but it could be my son. See, that's what they sit up here and come up with this nonsense from. First, you lean into your own understanding, you know, and then you don't even know what the scripture means, and it speaks it plainly, but they go twist it. So here, let's sit up here and go to that scripture real quick. That's Eve for you, man. Any way she can to sit up here and not be attached to a man. That's what these women want. They want to be in control. They don't want to be in order. But here's the point. Let's go to Isaiah 4:1. And let's read what it says. It says, Isaiah 4:1, and in that day 7 women shall take hold of 1 man, saying, we will eat our own bread and wear our own apparel. Only let us be called by thy name to take away our reproach. Hold on. So it says in 7, it says in that day 7 women shall take a hold of 1 man. So it says 7 women is going to take a hold of 1 man. Well, how did she sit up here and twist it to where 7 women is going to grab different men, and that's all they need? Like I got nephews and sons and grandsons. Where did you get that from? And it says, we will eat our own bread and wear our own apparel. Only let us be called by thy name to take away our reproach. So how could a man be called by? So how could you be called by a man's name? You have to marry him. So you're gonna marry your sons? You're gonna marry your grandson? You're gonna marry your nephew? Is that what you're saying? Silliness. And let's sit up here and get this in a few other versions. Let's go to the NLT. It says in the NLT, Isaiah 4:1, in that day so few men will be left that 7 women will fight for each man, saying, let us all marry you. We will provide our own food and clothing. Only let us take your name so we won't be mocked as old maids. Wait a minute. It says it plainly right here, to be married. So what are you talking about? Just nonsense and buffoonery. It says, let's get it in the Good News Translation. Isaiah 4:1. When the time comes, 7 women will grab a hold of 1 man, say, we can feed and clothe ourselves, but please let us say you are our husband so that we won't have to endure the shame of being unmarried. You know? What are you talking about? See, that's that nonsense and buffoonery. Straight nonsense and buffoonery. And I'm finna grab this other scripture real quick. Let me grab this. This is Ecclesiasticus chapter 36 and verse 24. And to any woman that's listening, listen to this carefully. He that getteth the wife begetteth a possession, a help like unto himself, and a pillar of rest. So you are in a possession. It says, he that getteth the wife beginneth a possession. So you are in a possession. Just like I own my car, just like I own a pair of shoes, you're my possession. And a help like unto himself. That means that you help me. You support me in my endeavors, what I need support in. And it says in a pillar of rest. When I'm tired, you're that comfort when I want to come home. If I just want to lay inside your bosom, whatever the case I'm doing, you're that pillar of rest. You're my comfort. But I want you to get the Ecclesiasticus 36 and 25 and hear this very well. Where no hedge is, there the possession is spoiled, and he that hath no wife will wander up and down mourning. Wait, let's get that first part. Where no hedge is, there the possession is spoiled. So when you look at the top part, it says he that getteth the wife beginneth a possession. So you are a possession. So but when you go down to 25, it says where no hedge is, there the possession is spoiled. So where no protection is, you're going to be spoiled. And what does that spoil mean? Taken, ravaged. You're going to be abused if you don't have the protection of a man. So this woman is sitting up here going way off on what she's saying. She's going to, at 53 years old, and she still look halfway decent for a 53-year-old woman. What is she talking about? You don't need no man. I don't need a husband. I got sons. When you look at that scripture, it's saying that you need a husband. All you women that sit up here and think that you're going to save yourselves, that's not happening. In too many scriptures that sit up here and say otherwise, that you're going to need a man. Too many. And these are just two of them. Now let's sit up here and go to that word. Let's sit up here and go to the word. It says a hedge of protection. In religious context is a metaphorical fence or barrier of protection, often seen as spiritual shield that Yahweh is believed to place around individuals, family, or communities to safeguard them from harm and evil. So when you say that word hedge, it means protection. It says that but it says where no hedge is. Who's the hedge? The hedge is the man that's going to be your protection during that time that's coming. What are you talking about? Your son ain't going to be able to save you. Your grandson ain't going to be able to save you. Your nephew ain't going to be able to save you. You said that you had a husband and you date men. No, no, and no. A lot of you women going to be put to death, man, for buffoonery. Let's sit up here and go to Isaiah 32. It says, this is Isaiah 32 and 1. Behold, a king shall reign in righteousness, and princes shall rule in judgment. So that king is going to be Yahweh Shai. Who's going to be the princesses? The princess is going to be the 144,000. The 144,000 mighty men. And it says, a man shall be as a hiding place from the wind, and a covert from the tempest, as rivers of water in a dry place, as the shadow of a great rock in a weary land. So this is what it's comparing us to. When a tempest, when that strong wind comes, we're gonna be that shelter so you don't get blown away. A shadow when you got that sun up, we're gonna be that protection so you don't get too hot. You know, like a river, so you don't get thirsty. That's what a man is gonna be in the times that's coming ahead. What is he talking about? Insanity. But now here, I'm finna sit up here and just go to this scripture real quick just to grab it. Because he says something about having a husband or not having a husband. And people really got their mind twisted with this one. It says, Romans 7 and 1, know ye not, brethren, for I speak to them that know the law, how the law hath dominion over a man as long as he liveth. So the law has dominion over as long as we live. For the woman which has a husband is bound by law to her husband so long as he liveth. But if the husband be dead, she is loose from the law of her husband. Now, she didn't make no point whether her husband or dead. She just said that she had a husband, but she said she was dating. But if you have a husband, you is bound to that man. Point blank, period. That is your protection in the time that's ahead. I don't know what she's talking about. And she totally twisted and fucked up that scripture. Just nonsense. A lot of you women who sit up here and follow nonsense like these people are going to get yourself twisted and fucked up. Let's sit up here. I'm just going to go to this last scripture real quick. And this is going to be Proverbs real quick. This is Proverbs 3, and I'm just going to go straight to the point. Trust in the Lord with all thy heart and lean not to thy own understanding. Put your trust in the Lord and don't lean to your own understanding. That woman is leaning to her own understanding. She's going to be fucking destroyed. So with that, I'd like to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shai, by Hashem Rakakwadash. Double honors to those elders and apostles out there from Great Millstone who teach and rule well. A lot of respect to you brothers out there on the highways and byways preaching this truth around the four corners of the earth. And salutations to the hopeful elect that you guys may be sealed soon. And with that, I always say stay prayed up, brothers. Pray for each other because we're almost up out of here. So with that, I'd like to say Kwam Yasharella and Abba Ball and Anya Habatham Akim. Shalom.